Dear viewers, especially the engineers, I am going to upload my new lecture on my YouTube channel, for which I will share with you the link of my channel in my last slide, with the request that please subscribe my channel, like my channel, share my channel and my videos and my lectures to the engineers as much as possible in your contact, so that they can also get some practical and technical knowledge from my lectures, for which I will be thankful to you. So, from the slide number 1, as usual, first of all, I would like to let you know that this lecture's topic is electrical hazards at construction project. It's not mandatory, it's not necessary that the electrical hazards can happen at construction project. It can happen at any place, any building, anywhere. So we have to be careful while the electricians are working. They must be be known to everything. They should not work on live circuits without the precautions and taking care. So in my first slide, as usual, I am introducing myself to you. So please go through my introduction and see what I have been doing, what is my experience, what lectures I have delivered to the other universities and all that. Thank you very much. Dear viewers and engineers, since I am a retired person, I am going to discuss in my slide number 2 regarding my achievements and my advice to the junior architects and engineers. In fact, my lectures are not meant only for the engineers. Even the junior engineers and junior architects can also be benefited by these lectures, because while they are visiting the construction project, all these lectures are useful for them. So I will request you to please go through all my slides. My request is that in addition to obtaining necessary qualifications such as diploma, degree, or even the master's degree in your field of engineering or any other trade, it is essential to gain technical and practical knowledge relevant to the specific trade or industry you are working in that industry. Acquiring this knowledge not only enhances your employability but also ensures the successful delivery of the projects with the satisfaction of the clients and all the stakeholders. So I would like to follow these instructions. It will be useful for you. Thank you very much. Dear viewers, now we are going to discuss the actual topic of electricity and its hazards. First of all, what is the electricity and how it works? Electricity is a form of energy resulting from the movement of electrons, which are tiny negatively charged particles found in atoms. Electricity energizes many devices and technologies we use on daily basis, from lighting our homes, offices, street lights, also to operate the plants and machinery and appliances. Electricity is the flow of electrical power or charge. Electricity is both in basic parts of nature and one of the most widely used forms of energy. There are two types of electric currents. Number one is direct current, which is to be defined as electric in DC electric charge flow is constant direction. Characteristics of the direct current are the voltage remains steady and flow of electrons is unidirectional from the negative to the positive terminal. For example, batteries, solar cells, and most electronic devices like laptop, phone, and all other small items operate on direct current. Now, alternate current. What is alternate current? The flow of electric charge is periodically in reverse direction. This is alternate current. Characteristics of the alternate current are voltage alternatively between positive and negative. Typically in sinusoidal waves pattern, the frequency of alternate current is measured in hertz, which is abbreviation is Hz, indicating the number of cycles per second. The examples of the alternate currents are house power supply, power lines, and most large appliances used in air conditioning. I'm sorry, in alternate currents. The direct current flows in one direction while the alternate current changes direction periodically. Alternate current transmits electricity over long distance. It is used for electrical grids. So this is the brief description of the alternate and direct current. Thank you. Now viewers, we are in slide number 4. In fact, related to the electrical hazards, we have to discuss about the nature of electricity, the description of electricity, and the basic components of electricity. So, what are the basic components of the electricity? Number one is the voltage. It's like the force that drives the water through a hose from one end to the other. As regards to the electricity, without enough voltage, electrons doesn't move and no electricity flows. It is measured in volts, called V. Current. What is current? The electric flow. Electric current is the flow of electrons through a conductor like a wire. It is measured in amperes, called A. Current flows from an area of high voltage to an area of low voltage as water flows from the high point to a lower point. In a circuit, current flows in a closed loop. What is resistance? Resistance is the opposition of the flow of current or flow of water or something like that. Metal like copper have low resistance, while the material like rubber or wood have high resistance. Resistance is measured in ohms. It's like the narrowing of a pipe in a water system which restricts the flow of water. This is the brief description of the basic components of electricity. I hope you are getting some knowledge from it. Thank you. In slide number 5, viewers, we will discuss very briefly about how electricity works. In this regards, number one is the items. Everything is made of items which contains a nucleus, portions of neutrons and electrons that orbit the nucleus. Voltage. What is the voltage? Voltage is the force that pushes electrons through a conductor like the wire. It is measured in volts. A higher voltage means a strong push of electrons. Voltage is like water pressure in a pipe. It pushes the water and electricity pushes through the wires. Current. What is current? Current is the flow of electric charge, electrons through the conductor like wire. It is measured in amperes. In most cases, the flow happens in a circuit which is closed path that allows the current to flow. So this is very brief description. It can be discussed in detail also, but I don't want to discuss this time in detail. Only brief discussion will be going on in each slide. Thank you very much. In slide number 6 also, we'll discuss about how the electricity works. What is the resistance? Resistance is the opposition to the flow of electric current, similar to how the friction resists the movement of objects. Materials with high resistance like rubber limit the flow of electricity. Resistance is measured in ohms, as we discussed earlier also. In circuit, resistance can be caused by the material of wires, the length of the wire, and the temperature. In a circuit, resistance can be caused by a material of the wire, the length of the wire, and the temperature, which we discussed again and again. This is important issue. The flow of electricity and electric current. So what is the description of the flow of electric current? When a voltage is applied across the conductor, it creates an electric field that pushes electrons. This movement of electrons constitutes an electric current. However, the amount of current depends on the voltage and the resistance in circuit. The relationship between voltage and current and resistance is described by Ohm's law. You can study the Ohm's law, it's very important. So in this slide we have just shown you the V is equal to I into RV is equal to I times RV is equal to I into I R. So this is Ohm's law. I don't remember now, but you can go through the Ohm's law, which is very important for the electrical engineers to learn. Thank you very much. First, in slide number 7, we are going to discuss the reasons of common electrical hazards. So, due to common mistakes of the workers while working on a live circuit without safety, electric hazards occurs. What are the precautions? It doesn't only harm the electrical workers, but while a painter working on or around the switches and sockets can get electric shock or even can electrocuted because he is not taking care that the paint is liquid and moist, so it can be electric shocked. Workers working in electrical installation without wearing PPP, the personal protection equipment. It's a part of safety procedures for any task, especially the electrical works, including from the rubber insulated gloves to the face shields to special helmets and shoes. Workers has to inspect the equipment to ensure that it provides adequate protection. Unsafe equipment or unsafe installation also is the source of hazards of electricity. The causes of accidents due to unsafe equipment and installations happens. Environmental effects. This is very important because during the rain, during the flood, during the cyclone and all that, we have to take care of that. The environmental effects like heavy rains, storms and floods is if the care is not taken and carelessly, the attitude of workers can damage the loose wiring and substandard electrical panels, etc., can hazard the electrical shocks, and the people can be hurt. Thank you. In slide number 8, we are going to discuss about what are the long-term harms of electrical shocks. If a person got shocked and he survives from shock, his body must have been affected by the burns, tissues damages, nerves and muscular effects from the long time due to heat generated in body of the electric shocked person, and the person may suffer from for a long time. We will study about the electrical hazards and preventive measures, and what are the factors of electric shocks which occurs when a body becomes part of electric circuits in contact with and becomes in with metal part of the live electric parts, electric wires. So we have to take the care of the hazard of the electric shocks, not to come to get across or come across the electricians or painters or any worker at project. So all the the stakeholders to be careful about that, especially the site team, the architectural team also can inspect the things if the things are going on perfectly. Viewers, in slide number 9, which is really unsafe electrical wiring hazards. This is very important to be vigilant at construction projects or anywhere where the loose wiring or damaged wires are used. In addition to previous slides, we will discuss more factors of defective electrical works. Some of the few unsafe way of wiring is done by the electrical stakeholders. We have to be very much careful to see that the wires used are all approved one and as per the quality control. Wiring is done as per the drawings, and electrical panels are approved and quality manufacturers are there. As per the BOQ, as per the specification and everything to be followed while electrical wiring is done. Faulting wiring hazards, if we are electrical engineers or even civil engineers or the architect, we have to keep an eye on electrical plumbing and HVAC systems on our project. But the electrical one is the most critical. We have to monitor time to time that everything is with the safe environmental conditions. So this is very important that electrical wiring to be checked while going through the conduits or while basic works are going on, and also before the energizing the wires, we have to check each and everything. We are the electrical engineer, but we have to watch if we are the architect, we are the consulting engineers team, and or anywhere. So this is very important. Thank you very much. Dear viewers, the most important thing in electrical hazards is also the occurrence of electric shocks, how and when it occurs, and how to treat the victim of electrical shock. This is very important. I could have put the pictures also, but much time is not much. The time is very precious for everyone. Now, I'm going to discuss about the most serious issue of electrical shock and how it happens and how to treat to an affected person. When any electric circuit is flowing, the current and live current passes through the body of an human being by touching live metal part of the wire or a conductor. or conductor. There are different severe happenings. Electrical shock occurs when the electrical circuit completed by the part of human body. Also, when when contacting a metallic part of a piece of equipment energized by the contact with an electrical conductor. The severity of the electrical shock depends on the following issues: the pathway through the body, the duration of exposure, whenever the skin is wet. All these things are to be taken care of. Now we'll discuss about how to treat the victim of the electrical shock. In case any human has suffered electrical shock, the person may be unconscious. We have to immediately disconnect life supply from the main board. Do not touch the person, as who touches may also be electrocuted. Immediately call the medical aid to transfer to the hospital and watch the person's body is not getting bluish color. So the first aid is important to be given to the affected person who got the electric shock. Dear viewers, we are going to finally discuss about the preventive steps and safe working conditions at construction projects. There are so many ways of protecting the workers from the electrical hazards. Number one is inspect the wiring equipment before every time operation is taken place. Replace the damaged or broken cords and wires from the place. Use safe workplace every time electrical equipment when you are going to use the electrical equipment. Deeply learn the location and how to operate and to shut off switches and main switches and on off circuit breakers, etc. Shut off equipment in the event of a fire, electrocution. Multi-plug adapters must be used because sometimes I can I have seen and I have observed that the people are reluctant to use the plugs and sockets in proper condition. Minimize the potential of water or chemical spill on or near to the electrical equipment. All these preventions can save the workers from any electrical shock or any electrical hazards. I will request all the engineers, all the construction project teams to be careful about electrical hazards. These are very critical and very dangerous, really. Thank you very much. Dear engineers, I am thankful to everyone to go through my slides and to listen to me patiently. In final slide, I would like to highlight that this lecture and presentation is not intended only for the electrical engineers and technicians, but also for all the stakeholders involved in construction and industrial projects, or even at home or anywhere. Electricity plays a critical role in our daily life, and it's essential to ensure that electrical works is completed with proper supervision and oversight to prevent electrical hazards. Therefore, I recommend that all the individuals, the engineers, electrical engineers, the mechanical engineers, the civil engineers, the architect, review this presentation, and any feedback or any input would be greatly appreciated. I request you finally to please subscribe, like, and share my YouTube channel and my lecture to the engineers in your contact so that they can also get some technical and practical knowledge from my lectures. Finally, I thank you everyone again. Thank you very much. Good day and good night and best wishes. Thank you.